The Akihabara Massacre was an incident of mass murder that took place on the 8th of June 2008 in the Akihabara shopping quarter in Chiyoda, Tokyo, Japan. The perpetrator, 25-year-old Tomohiro Kato of Susono, Shizuoka, drove into a crowd with a rented truck, initially killing 3 people and injuring 2. He then stabbed at least 12 people using a dagger, killing 4 other people and injuring 8. The Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department arrested Kato on suspicion of attempted murder, holding him at Manseibashi Police Station. 2 days later, on the 10th of June, he was sent to the Tokyo District Public Prosecutor's Office. He was later rearrested by the police on the 20th of June on suspicion of murder. Kato was sentenced to death by the Tokyo District Court in 2011. The sentence was upheld on appeal in 2015, and he was executed on 26 July 2022. On 8 June 2008, Tomohiro Kato drove a 5-ton, rented Isuzu Elf truck into a crowd at the crossing of Kanda Miyojin-dori and Chuodori streets in Akihabara, Chiyoda, Tokyo. While Kanda Miyojin-dori was open to vehicular traffic, Chuodori was closed for the convenience of shopping pedestrians, a practice observed during Sundays and holidays. At 12:33, Kato hit 5 people with the truck after ignoring a red light. As some people gathered to care for the victims, Kato climbed out of the truck and stabbed at least 12 people with a dagger, according to a witness, while screaming. Police chased Kato and cornered him in a narrow alley, and a police officer pointed a gun at him. He dropped his knife and was held down by the police at 12:35, about 170 meters away from the truck. At least 17 ambulances rushed to the scene as passers-by tried to aid the victims. 5 of the victims reportedly died at the scene. It was initially reported 2 people died from the attack, and during the day the death toll increased to 7. Later, it was determined through autopsies that 3 victims died as a result of being hit by the truck, while the other 4 were fatally stabbed. According to police and hospital officials, 6 of the 7 victims who were killed were men, including Kazunori Fujino and his friend Takahiro Kamaguchi, both 19, Katsuhiko Nakamura, 74, Naoki Miyamoto, 31, Mitsuru Matsui, 33, and Kazuhiro Koiwa, 47. One woman, Mai Muto, 21, was also killed. Communication records showed that Muto probably made an emergency call to police from her mobile phone, though she left no message. Later that day, a makeshift memorial was created by the public. Tomohiro Kato grew up in a suburban home in Aomori. His father was a top manager in a financial institution. Kato's grades were considered to be exceptional in elementary school, and he was a top-track athlete. He entered Tsukuda Junior High School, where he became president of the tennis club. However, Kato started to behave violently at home after enrolling at Aomori High School, an elite high school. There, his class academic ranking fell to 300 of 360 students, and he failed entrance examinations for the prestigious Hokkaido University, eventually training as an auto mechanic at Naka-Nihon Automotive College. Kato was hired as a temporary worker at an auto parts factory in Shizuoka Prefecture, though he had been recently told that his job was to be cut at the end of June. Kato reportedly did not get along well with his parents and seldom returned home. An interview with Kato's brother revealed that his parents had put immense pressure on both of them to perform and to excel in their studies, ordering them to redo their homework to high standards in order to impress teachers in school, and recalled one incident when Kato was made to eat scraps of food from the floor. Another neighbor recounted an incident where Kato's parents forced him to stand outside for hours in deep, cold snow during winter. Previous online postings before his announcement of the attack contained sharp criticisms of his upbringing. Deeply in debt and believing that his family had given up on him, Kato unsuccessfully attempted suicide in 2006 by ramming his car into a wall. 3 days before the attack, on the 5th of June, Kato accused people at his workplace of hiding his work clothes and left the premises immediately afterwards. Apparently, he believed at this point he was going to lose his job, though this was not actually the case, and may have triggered the attack. Kato apparently posted messages from his mobile phone to a website called Extreme Exchange Revised, revealing his intentions through his final message 20 minutes before the attack. A police official stated the first message read, "I will kill people in Akihabara." Other messages he is alleged to have posted include, "If only I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't have quit work. I would never have become addicted to my mobile phone. Anybody with hope couldn't possibly understand how I feel. And I don't have a single friend and I won't in the future. I'll be ignored because I'm ugly. I'm lower than trash because at least the trash gets recycled." The message also referred to a stabbing spree in Tsuchiura. Based on Kato's messages, commentators referred to the incident as another case of Japan's hikikomori becoming more violent and suicidal. Later messages revealed Kato's plan to use a vehicle until it became inoperable, and then to use a knife to continue the attack on foot. He waited for Chudori to close at noon to vehicular traffic before commencing the attack. Kato was arrested for attempted murder after a police officer spotted him stabbing a woman. On June 10th, the police sent him to Tokyo District Prosecutor's Office. On the 20th of June, the police arrested him again on suspicion of murder of the 7 victims. That same day, the prosecutor's office withheld action on him for the first suspicion. While being positive about his capacity to be held criminally liable, the prosecutor's office decided by the 20th of June to demand that Kato's detention for a psychiatric test be authorized by the Tokyo District Court. Kato erased all contacts and communication records from his mobile phone just prior to the attack, the purpose of which he confessed was to avoid annoying those around him. Kato later said that he posted the online messages hoping that police would take notice and stop him. The weapons Kato used in the attack were reportedly purchased 2 days before at a military supply shop in Fukui at about 12:40. Kato spent about 20 minutes in the store, purchasing a telescopic baton and a pair of leather gloves, while the store's CCTV captured him conversing with the salesman and demonstrating stabbing motions. Kato came to Akihabara the day before the attack to sell his personal computer and some software to raise money to rent the truck. The Akihabara attack made global headlines and sent shockwaves across Japan, shaking public confidence in what is traditionally considered a society safe from violent crime. The Japanese government said it would review laws regulating knives, while the Tokyo Metropolitan Public Safety Commission announced that the 35-year-old practice of closing Chudori on Sundays and holidays was to be suspended until safety measures were reviewed. The practice of closing traffic on Sundays resumed in 2011. On 17 June 2008, convicted serial killer Tsutomu Miyazaki was executed by hanging, which was suspected to be a reaction to Kato's massacre. The massacre also sparked many conversations in Japanese blogs when it was discovered that 2 Ustream users had broadcast live video streams of the tragedy, attracting a viewership estimated at between 1,000 and 3,000 people. No known recording has been saved of the videos, although the event has been written about in many Japanese blogs and online IT magazines. The Japanese media labelled the attacks as a growing epidemic of kiraru, acts of rage committed by Tokyo's alienated youth. Others labelled the otaku culture as the answer for its negative stereotype of compulsive antisocial behaviour. Konami cancelled 3 launch events of Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots in Tokyo, with the safety of participants in mind as a result of the attack. Elsewhere, the Super Sentai series airing at the time of the attack, Engine Sentai Go Onga, featured transforming daggers as part of the hero's standard personal sidearms called Switch Fun Shaken Rocket Daggers. After the attack, which occurred the day immediately after the daggers made their debut in the series, both Bandai, the company that makes the toy versions of the weapons, and Toei, the company that produces the TV series, changed their names to switch-fun shaken rocket boosters and redesignated them as swords rather than daggers out of respect for the victims of the attack, and to lessen any trauma in the 6 to 8-year-old audience that the tokusatsu franchise regularly targets. Kato's parents gave an apology to the victims in a television interview after the massacre. As of 2010, Kato's father had resigned from his job and was living in seclusion in Aomori, while his mother had been hospitalized for mental health reasons. In April 2014, Kato's 28-year-old brother committed suicide, having previously indicated that he was unable to live with the scars and shame resulting from the massacre. On 24 March 2011, Kato was sentenced to death by the Tokyo District Court after it found him fully responsible for the attack. In September 2012, the Tokyo High Court upheld the death penalty on appeal. Kato expressed remorse over the massacre, stating that he would like to apologize to those who passed away, the injured, and their families. Upon entering a guilty plea, he said he knew he was the culprit, though he had no memory of some parts of the incident. The Supreme Court of Japan upheld the death penalty on the 2nd of February 2015. Kato's death sentence was subsequently finalized, and he was held on death row until he was executed by hanging at the Tokyo Detention House on the morning of the 26th of July, 2022.